The President of the Republic of Zimbabwe, His Excellency Robert Mugabe, headed his country's delegation at the Third Africa-Arab Summit that was hosted in Kuwait under the theme Partners in Development and Investment.
First of all, on behalf of our delegation, but I think I can also speak on behalf of the other delegations, because this is something that has been shared among the delegations, that the amount of effort that the State of Kuwait has put in preparing for this summit has been absolutely outstanding, both in terms of the preparations which were done in collaboration with the two secretariats of the African Union, as well as the League of Arab States, and the co-chair of the African Union. The preparations were excellent. And of course, the manner that the delegations were received, first of all at the ministerial level, we were received very, very warmly indeed. When our heads of state and government arrived, they were received very, very warmly indeed by the Emir himself, which was something which was very significant and very, very touching indeed on part of our delegation. And then the facilities which were put in place for the summit were excellent. The quality of the discussions was very, very, very good indeed. So, we are very, very impressed by the manner that the State of Kuwait has prepared for this summit, have conducted the work of the summit.
Zimbabwe has expressed belief that the initiative by Kuwait to host the Third Africa-Arab Summit will further strengthen relations between the Arab and African regions, specifically in economic cooperation through the various donor institutions created by the Arab region to spearhead development.
As you know, the first summit was held in 1987. That's a very long time ago. And the second one was held in 2010. So as you can see, there was a very big gap between the first summit and the second summit. And naturally, it means that between the first and the second summit, hardly any of the decisions which were made in the first summit were implemented. Then between the second and the third summit, the second was held in Libya, and this is the third summit held here in the State of Kuwait, was held after 3 years, which is the period that the two sides have decided that the summits must be held every 3 years. Now, in the second summit, a number of decisions were made in terms of the 4 areas of cooperation between the two sides, in terms of peace and security, in terms of agriculture, in terms of development, in terms of socio-economic relations. The decisions were taken. But unfortunately, the structures which were put into place were never really operationalized. But more seriously, the two regions were affected by a number of upheavals within our countries, as you know. And so this tended to divert attention from the issues of development to the issues of maintaining peace and security in our two regions. So this third summit has been extremely important because this is the summit where every effort was made to come up with decisions to develop common programs and projects, political will to have them implemented, and the mechanism for implementing, as well as the mobilization of the financial resources to implement the programs which will be developed over the next 3 years. So this third summit has been extremely important in the sense that the two sides are now in a position to implement what they have decided to do is reflected in the Kuwait Declaration.
During the summit, Zimbabwe concentrated on the main themes, and President Mugabe delivered a short speech in accordance with the summit program. The official delegation representing the Republic of Zimbabwe attended and participated in the Third Africa-Arab Summit with a specific agenda in mind that included their specific priorities. They also used the opportunity to promote the investment and development opportunities in their country. From Bayan Palace, this is Sarah Gleb reporting for English News.